Hi. Hi, I'm Brandon. I love When Calls the Heart.
Hi, I'm Jax, and I like When Calls the Heart.
I'm Dan, and I used to despise When Calls the Heart, but I might like it. You never know. It could be Team When Calls the Heart.
And this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Forgot that this final movie was.
Brandon and friends host this podcast. We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
boy.
Everyone, sit down. Sit down.
Calm it down out there.
Stop the applause.
Obviously, I was joking. I'll always hate this television program.
It's great to be back today. Another episode.
Can you imagine if Aaron Sorkin wrote season 11 of When Calls the Heart? Just showed up, and in season 11, everybody's like walk and talk and snappy
What would you
dialogue.
do?
I would lose my mind. It would be amazing.
Dan, honestly, well, I'm rewatching West Wing for the fourth time. Right now, I'm in the middle of season 3, and that would just take me to a new place.
That is the good stuff. After season 4, you stop you stop the watch. The first 4 are like pristine television, like great television.
I find myself literally saying out loud, "This is so good," like just over and over again. Yeah, it is. It is really.
I mean,
special.
there would be triple the amount of dialogue in a When Calls the Heart episode if Sorkin wrote it, and I would be waiting every week for a new episode. Lee. Yeah, that's right.
Sorkin's gonna sork. That's exactly right.
Sorkin is gonna sork.
That's exactly right.
Sorkin's gonna. Brandon, have you watched?
I've
West
seen
Wing
some West Wing. I have not completed the series though. But I love the Newsroom.
We went to Newsroom's great. Studio 60, Sunset Strip, Sports Night, all of his TV shows I would recommend actually. We went to ATX, the TV festival in Austin in 2016, and the big panel was a West Wing reunion.
Yep. And I enjoyed it.
And he had never seen he didn't care.
No, but I enjoyed it.
So Martin Sheen was not there, but basically Sorkin was there, Josh Malina, Bradley Whitford, Allison Janney, I believe. Like all the big names were there, and it was a ton of fun. Big fun. Saw Bradley Whitford on the street and just took a quick selfie with him.
Saw him on the street?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, true story.
Okay, we have to share that in our Deck the Hallmark Instagram.
Yeah, later.
Or you can just share it with me. That, oh my gosh, I just love it. Wait, so before, obviously it's not a West Wing watch podcast, but it'd be fun if it was. Favorite character, or who you relate to the most, or who you like the best. It could be any of those things.
Oh my gosh. Which character you said? I mean, Martin Sheen, the president, is like, like that's all I ever want to be.
Can't say you compare yourself to the president. Come on.
The way that
of course, this guy. I'm not saying I'm the president. I'm not saying I'm president material.
You don't even watch the show, Brandon.
Dan thinks he's the president. Dan thinks he's president.
This is why it can't be a West Wing podcast. This is why, right here.
We'd have fun.
We'd have a lot of fun. Well, let's try to have a lot of fun here. We're talking about When Calls the Heart, season 10, episode 5, called
Cinco de Diez.
Okay. That's
5 of 10.
5 of 10. And Jax, what do you think?
Sleepy.
So they decided to name this episode either Sleepy or Spanish for 5 of 10.
They went with Life is But a Dream.
Life is but a dream.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Row your boat, of course. $300,000 to row your boat.
Why is it called that?
I have no idea why it's called that. None.
Wait, is that a genuine question? Do you want me to chime in?
I'll allow it.
I think it's because I think it's very complex. It's twofold. It's kind of Sorkin-esque. It's the fact that Lucas is such a big dreamer, and he has this dream for them. And also, I think because of Lee and Rosemary being tired and needing sleep so badly.
Okay.
Very well done. Maybe they should call their baby Dream. First name Dream.
Dream Elizabeth
Dream
Coulter.
Elizabeth. Yeah.
Maybe her name should be Ann Coulter. That sounds like a good name.
August 27th, 2023. What a little something like this.
Almost a spit take there. Sorry.
Almost got her. If it wasn't a delay, I'd have had her.
Yeah.
I'd have had her.
Yeah, you would have. Madeline St. James still wants to buy land, and Bill is hearing the chitter chatter from her as they drink their coffee in his booth at not his establishment. Lee and Rosemary have been home with baby for 3 weeks. They still do not have a name for baby. Some of the women in town, including Elizabeth, come over and bring food and make some tea. Elizabeth asks Gowan to come and build some garden boxes at the school, and he even makes a couple of jokes. Nathan is waiting for Allie outside of the school, which allows for him and Elizabeth to have a bit of a conversation, and he shares that he is taking her camping and is a bit nervous because, teenagers. So he's relieved when Allie asks if Angela can come. Lucas is talking to the boys about how he's thinking about building Elizabeth the house far away from all of her friends. Some of his friends are like, you sure that's what she wants? And he's like, she doesn't know what she wants. Elizabeth and Lucas bring food to Lee and Rosemary with the intention of telling them to go on a date. Instead, Rosemary insists that she bring little Jack over and those two go on a date. After they walk out, she's like, what did I just do? And we're all wondering the same thing. Gowan shows up to help the kids build, and they're having such fun that they don't want to leave. Camping night is going great. Babysitting for Rosemary and Lee is also going fine. Date night is hot and heavy. Those two are just talking it up and whatnot, sharing about dreams. Life is but a dream.
Cinco de Diez.
I put it together by myself. The next day, Elizabeth tells Rosemary to take a nap with Lee, and she's just going to hang out there and make sure baby's okay. When Bill finds out that Madeline is going to leave town since she can't find a place to buy with a waterfront, he offers his house for sale. The camping trip is a big success, complete with ukulele solos and poetry. Elizabeth tells Lucas that she doesn't want him to build a house. She wants to stay at her place, next to her friends, in her community. He's pretty baffled by this, but what can you do? The next day, she shares some muffins with Nathan. And then she tells Rosemary about Lucas's dumb idea to move
with her muffins.
Oh my gosh! Elizabeth tells Rosemary about Lucas's dumb idea to move far away from town, and then they hug as Rosemary says, "What a dumb boy!" And that, my friends, was When Calls the Heart, Season 10, Episode 5. Life is but a dream.
We did it.
We did it.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back and we will break this episode down with 4 segments here on Deck the Hallmark.
I do love how Jax waits until she's thousands of miles away to start trying her best to continually chime in on the group readings that we do here.
You know what's just so sad that I realized? I literally was patting myself on the back. I was like, you nailed that. And then I saw Dan's face and I was like, there's a delay.
That's a skosh.
We didn't talk about it in the intro. We got sidetracked with West Wing and what have you, as you do on this program. But Ted seems to be flying you everywhere but here. He flew you to Belize. And now you're in France right now.
Belize, Ireland, and France. He didn't come on this trip because it was with my family, and he's like, "Yeah."
He flew your whole family?
Yeah. Well, no. They paid for their ticket.
Okay.
They paid for their ticket.
Let's not get wild.
Fair.
No, it's not that weird. But he's like, I have a feeling people are already starting to think I'm kind of weird and maybe a little old and gross, and I don't want your family to be weirded out by this, so I will not come on the trip with you.
That was very self-aware.
How old do we think Ted is?
I mean, I would put him as a young-looking 58.
He like he's
a young-looking 58.
He worked with your dad down at the post office.
Wait, so does that mean that he is 58 and he looks younger?
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
How young does he look?
I would say he looks like an old-looking 46.
It's the weirdest way to say he's 50. He looks 50 that I've ever seen in my life. I love it.
Oh.
We're glad you're in France and you're joining us in the evening there.
I'm excited.
I know.
Yes, it is. It is early evening. Perfect timing.
And you're not sleep deprived at all. You're here. It's unbelievable.
We're approaching.
You would think you're under contract to be here.
Or that I love you guys so much. And when calls.
We're approaching close to 1,000 episodes, and that was one of the funniest things I've ever heard. The young 58. He looks like an older 47.
That's right.
That's funny. That made me laugh hard. Let's get to the hot take where we share exactly how we felt about this episode. We don't hold back. People might think that we hold back. They might say, "Are you guys holding back?" And we're like, "No, this is a hot take." And I'm going to start with Jax. Jax, what did you think about this episode?
Okay, and this is full disclosure, trying to be honest of the fact that we just talked about West Wing. I've been binging it. I watched 4 episodes last night, and then I watched this episode this morning. Yeah. But I truly thought this was the best episode this season. I really did. Maybe I'm still in the high of West Wing, but I love how they celebrated friendship in this episode. I thought there were a lot of really great scenes. And also, I know last time, you guys touched on it, but Baby Jack was shining in this episode. And right?
He's been the star of the season. Easy.
Truly. I'll get to it in some of our other segments about the specific ways that he shined. But I also love this little girl, Sarah. I love kid actors. I coach kid actors. I thought she was really, really incredible. So this episode for me was really firing on all cylinders. I really, really liked it.
Bartlett for Hope Valley.
Bartlett? Can you even imagine?
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
might as well be you because you're basically the president. So might as well just throw Dan in there.
I didn't say I was she asked me which. Forget it. I'm not doing this.
We all heard the conversation. We heard it live on tape air. This episode is what it is. Listen, we still don't have a name for this baby, and that's just the whole episode.
I'm calling her Ann Coulter from this point
baby. The camping stuff was fine. I gotta be honest though, I'm the stuff with Elizabeth and Nathan, I will acknowledge, is becoming weird. It's becoming.
Welcome back.
And I don't know if it's you whispering the sweet nothings out loud.
Forever.
But I'm starting to notice, and I'm starting to wonder what's going on here. Because we both know, guys and girls can't be friends.
No.
So that's a tale as old as time, especially when the guy in question was a part of a love triangle. Yes. So it's weird how much they've been talking this season. I will acknowledge it. I don't know what to do with it, especially when Lucas is over there being like, "I want to build you a city on a hill, huh?" Just read the room.
Winthrop?
Yes.
I don't know how John Winthrop already sounds like a Kennedy.
Gotta get a city. We're gonna build you a nice hill over there, and I'm gonna move the. Remember when I had some?
Not what the Mayflower can do for you.
Do you remember when I hit some stuff under that fish when I came into town? Don't ask questions. It's not there anymore. Yeah, it was fine. I am concerned. I am a little bit uncomfortable, but shout out to the ukulele, which plays a good part in this movie, and I'm always happy when the ukulele shows
plays
up.
a good part.
Plays a good part.
Nicely done.
Dano?
You guys, listen. I've been ring.
Hello.
It's Team Nathan on the line.
Listen,
I've been saying it, and you guys didn't believe me. You thought I was here to ruffle feathers, to overturn the apple cart, to stir the pot. No. You're now, it took you long enough, but now you're seeing it. This is not an accident. They are letting Elizabeth and Nathan bond over every possible thing imaginable, and they're making it clear that her and Lucas are not compatible. Now, are her and Lucas engaged? Yes. Does he have a very special relationship with Baby Jack? Has he already proposed?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. Is Baby Jack on the line?
Hello. Hey, buddy.
How's it going?
Good, buddy.
Now I hear you're really adorable, Baby Jack, but you're kind of a terror offset, when you're not on camera.
Give me a juice box, B.
Yeah, give me a juice box, B. I hear you say that a lot.
Yeah.
You're on the line.
Yeah, buddy. That B stands for buddy.
I can't give you a juice box. I'm not with you right now. Are you Team Lucas or Team Nathan?
You know who I am?
Yep, I know. You see what we all see, don't you, B?
I see it.
Yeah, Baby Jack. B stands for Baby Jack there.
Baby Jack.
Yeah, of course it does.
Baby Jack out. Yeah, buddy.
Listen, guys, it's 5 episodes in. Does the show have no integrity left whatsoever if they break up Elizabeth and Lucas and have her end up with Nathan? Yeah. Should she have ended up with Lucas based upon seasons 7 and 8 and the fact that Nathan 100% was involved in some capacity with Jack's death and he's also a Mountie? Yes, she should have ended up with Lucas. I want to be clear. However, when you're here, your family. And right now, here is Team Nathan.
Family.
Elizabeth and Nathan are in it, man. They are talking about all this stuff on a deep level. And Lucas is just coming up to the plate with bad ideas. He's just over here like, what if I take you away from all your friends and family? Wouldn't it be cool? I have money. Like, it's not, guys, I can't believe what I'm seeing. Is it good television? No, but I can't believe what I'm seeing. And I don't get to say that often about When Calls the Heart. So this is the best episode of the season because I can't believe what I'm seeing. I can't believe that these episodes were filmed before I started talking about Nathan and Elizabeth all the way back in episode 1. But apparently these episodes were already all in the can. That's what I heard. So they're not listening to me. I picked up on it early. And all of you are catching on now. And is it going to be uncomfortable for us? Yes. Is it going to be waters that they probably shouldn't tread across? Absolutely. But we're going to do this thing.
Yeah.
Team Nathan is alive and well. Welcome back to the fray, Team Nathan. You're saying there's a chance.
Wow. Someone bring in chicken soup. Does it smell like chicken soup? Brian, what you got, bud? Brian, what you got?
Oh.
Nothing.
He says
Aaron
nothing.
lied to us.
Coffee beans.
Brian smells like chicken soup.
Yeah.
Oh.
He brought in something.
Okay.
Why are you lying?
He's lying.
He's lying.
It definitely
Got soup.
He definitely brought in chicken
definitely
soup.
brought in something. Yeah.
He's got soup. I can smell it from here.
Across the pond.
Yeah.
Let's get to all the feels. Jax?
Okay, so I thought it was just absolutely adorable when Rosemary was chatting with little Jack and she said something with I've been, and then he said bean right back to her, sort of teasing her the way that she says the word bin.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys remember this? Were you as touched as I was? Nope. Were you like, this kid is
I mean, I wondered if it was in the script or not.
I thought it was adorable. I think it probably was in the script. Wow, if he's
not in the
improvising
script,
at that age.
then Baby Jack can be as much of a handful off screen as he wants to be.
That's right.
Yeah, you better get that B as many juice boxes as he wants. That's exactly right.
That's right. Bean. Nah. Bean. Nah.
You came up with that off the fly?
Right off the fly, B.
Wow.
Baby Jack. Bran, your Baby Jack impression.
What are you
has inspired
talking
me to
about?
write
It's getting
fan
hot.
fiction.
Baby Jack's here. It's not
higher.
Bran.
It's getting higher and higher. The pitch is getting higher.
What?
What's your juice box of choice, Baby Jack?
Apple
What's your juice box of choice?
juicy
Baby Jack?
juice. 100% kids. 100% juice.
Made out of 100% kids?
No, that's not the same.
Weird.
It's 100% Jews, 100%. Was for kids, by kids. It's a kids' revolution.
For kids, by kids.
Kids' revolution.
Is it the FUBU of kids' juice boxes?
It's a kids' revolution.
For kids, by kids. All right, maybe take a few plays off there, Baby Jack. Yeah.
I also had feels, and Dan, you said it, and you're not wrong. You haven't been wrong. When Nathan and Elizabeth had the conversation about home, and he says it's good to be home, and she's looking at him like, maybe you're my home.
Especially since, consequently, her entire plot line with Lucas is about what home means and what it is and how they disagree on that. Look,
exactly.
I'm not saying I'm a Nostradamus over here, but I mean, you can call me President Bartlett if you'd like.
This guy thinks he's a president.
I love
and
hanging
a
out
Nostradamus.
I mean, how lucky am I? President Bartlett and Daddy Hallmark.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It's
Hallmark
Hallmark
Daddy.
Daddy. If
Hallmark
you say
Daddy.
Daddy Hallmark, it is definitely weirder.
Yeah. I will
It
say.
is weird. It's coming out of my mouth. It felt so wrong, but
You're
I was
like,
already
Daddy
in the middle
Hallmark,
of it.
no. I was like 40 hours jet lag. Like, bring it back.
It really was. And also, I will say one more feel. at the end with Elizabeth and Rosemary, their friendship, I actually teared up. So yeah, I had a lot of feels this episode. Also, the girl gang energy of May Sue talking about her grandma.
Is this a fourth feels for you? This is a fourth feels. My feels is that Jack has 4 feels.
I liked this. You know what? I love this episode. It was the best of the season, and Dan agrees.
You're getting fined for abuse of the feels segment.
I don't know. Give me one of Jack's. Me too. Tag me on. Dan?
I had one of those as my feel, which is the Rosemary Elizabeth scene at the end of this episode.
You go, girl.
Thank you. But Bartlett for America, Bartlett for Hope Valley. You see like the genuine just shock and distress on the face of Rosemary when the possibility of Elizabeth leaving, which here's the thing is Lucas doesn't live there now. And so another part of this that is also interesting, which I can't believe I'm saying about When Calls the Heart, is Elizabeth, for someone living in 1919, is basically looking at her man and going, you're going to move in here. That's what's going to happen. When we get married, you're moving in here. And this is over 100 years ago. So that's a move. It's outstanding. It's really, it wouldn't happen, but if you're going to live in this super reality that is When Calls the Heart, and you're going to do things all wrong, like have cameras from the 50s and so your hot springs appear overnight with rock formations, at least you can have a scene like this where she's like, no, like community's important, family's important. And then to turn around and then to talk to Rosemary about it. One of the more genuine, like last 5 minutes of this show I've ever seen.
Do you think, because we all know it's not going to happen. She's not going to leave Lucas for Nathan. It's not going to happen. But is this their intention? Can you imagine? Are they doing this on purpose? Is this to rile us up?
Can you imagine the wedding comes? They're waiting for Elizabeth. And then you see a horse galloping in the distance. And you can't make out the faces, but you see beyond a shadow of a doubt a red Mountie uniform and a white dress as they ride into the sunset.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
gotta be honest, I just
same.
losing my breath a little bit. This is really something. Let's take a quick break. Hallmark Daddy needs a pause. We'll be right back here and take the Hallmark.
What's he doing?
Well, hello, we're back. We're talking about When Calls the Heart and things in this episode that are not actually there. Let's get to the wait what. It's where we talk about what in this episode made us go, wait, what? And I'll start with you, Jax.
I think the biggest, most obvious one is that this baby's 3 weeks old and still doesn't have a name.
Right.
Let's name this poor little girl.
Ann Coulter.
Baby Ann Coulter still hasn't been christened, and that needs to change. So that was my big wait what of the episode, and I'm sure that I'll give the rest of mine, since I took so many feels, I'll give the rest of the wait whats to my boy.
I'll allow that. So at the beginning of this episode, there's a knock, knock, knock at the door. And Lee and Rosemary are like just going crazy. They're trying to pick everything up. And Lee does an interesting thing where he picks up all the clothes and then drops them right in front of the front door.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting thing to do when you're trying to clean up so that people don't see it. Because you know what the first thing you see when you walk in is the door and what is around it.
In 1919, the month after you bring a child into this world is the month where no one cares what your house looks like. Yeah. Like no one, absolutely. Why would you even of the things that Lee Coulter is doing actively as a father, it's weird that he wants to jump in to action when it comes to just straightening up the house.
Some people
see it.
Some people throw all their mess in a closet somewhere. Not Lee.
Right by the front door.
Right by the front door. No one will see it. No one will notice. Last but not least, Gowan's toolbox ginormous. He walks around a corner with just a big this thing is huge. Why? Why is this toolbox so big?
For all the kids.
Such a big toolbox, and he built it himself, which is impressive. You think he started like how I start projects, where I do a measurement and I'm like, this isn't right, but gotta stick with it. And you end up with a toolbox that's the size of a child.
When you bought the house next to mine, before you guys moved in, you came over with some primer and some paint one evening after your boys were in bed.
Yes.
And you were like, I'm going to paint the upstairs.
I'm gonna paint because it's wood paneling.
It's wood paneling.
So I'm like, I'll paint the wood paneling white, and it'll be great.
I've painted wood paneling before, and you were like, it's like 7 something in the evening. You're like, I'm gonna start this
because I was like, I want to do the kids' room because the only time I can paint is at night, and they sleep in there.
I'm here for any. You know this. You borrow tools from me all the time. I am here for any sort of project like that. And I was like Bart Simpson in the bushes. Like I backed out of that. I was just like, okay, good luck. And I went home and I was like, what is he thinking? Like this is like a 3-day job. And you're like 7:30, let's knock it out. Bing, bang, bong.
Bing, bang, bong.
Bing, bang, bong.
It's still not done.
Yeah,
just kind of
that's a year ago.
Left it and forget it. Right? It was a there's a wall.
Yeah.
It's an accent wall. See,
I
have a primer accent.
It's a primer accent, and then just some caulk that is just like hanging on there. It's going great.
It's good for the kids. They put it.
It's good. It's a chew toy.
Yeah.
Dan.
Yeah, I've got a few. First of all, these kids who've never built anything a day in their lives are all building raised gardens, the likes of which you could not find at Pottery Barn. These are some regular Bob Vilas out here. He shows up and a kid grabs a hammer by the head of the hammer, and next thing you know, ta-da, that wood's been treated. Like that box is made, that wood is shiny. It is absurd. He's like, well, I'll teach the kids how to plant their pumpkins and make a thing. And next thing you know, they're the nicest raised gardens I've ever seen. And I want to be clear, Gowan, for all intents and purposes, has been working on a seesaw for a week. He's been working on a seesaw, one piece of wood on a stump for a week. And these kids build their own garden beds in a morning of class. You've lost your mind.
Bigger the toolbox, bigger the raised garden.
I will say,
you know the saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah. There's nothing weird about that at all. It's a normal thing to say. Yeah. Isn't that right, Baby Jack?
Yippee.
Sorry.
Give me a juice box.
I think you've had enough.
No.
I think you're overserved. But I will say, I'll get to that. Wait, what? Right now.
Overserved your mom.
It's.
That's hey, Baby Jack said that. Gotta go. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I love Mom.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
All right, great. We got it. Sheesh. Should have never invited him. Baby Jack is clearly comic gold.
Yeah.
And why can't they take a note from every 1990s sitcom and overuse the snot out of this kid? Like every 90s sitcom is like, oh, people like Steve Urkel? Welcome to Steve Urkel Presents Family Matters. In this show, Baby Jack gets one scene, he crushes it, and then you don't get to see him, and you're like, this kid is better than anything else we got going on.
Exactly.
Not you offset. I'm talking about on camera.
Right. This is what I've been fighting for.
Or you turned into full like a New York, like you're not even the same guy.
I am.
You've changed so much in the last 25
minutes. It's called puberty,
B.
Things happen.
We're not even going to keep our TV PG rating anymore. Philo TV is going to have to change the rating system because of you, Baby Jack.
Sorry. I do watch the show on Philo, though, of course.
Are you at philo.tv/GTA?
Of course, I signed up.
Thank you. It's all worth it.
Watch everything on there.
Get this kid a juice box.
That's what I'm saying. Anything else?
I know the feels segment has already passed, but
yes.
Since Jack's had a half dozen in the chamber, my feels is this episode. I want to throw that out there as my feels.
Sure.
I want to be very, very clear. We're never gonna top it. And if you don't like it, you can listen to something else.
There's lots of.
I'm not here to go find some old Bubbly Sesh episodes.
Oh, you can't. By the way, they've been stripped and scrubbed from the internet.
Oh, do we have any? We do have some downloaded. We do. Great. We'll get you though. No, I'm just kidding. We don't.
I think I'm okay.
You gonna go listen to Crimson Pat? What's the new Hallmark podcast?
Oh, yeah, what is the Hallmark podcast?
Crimson.
None of us know it.
Crimson.
I'll go ahead and skip to my last one because we're just out here doing things. Bill Abbott shows up to Madam Rebecca St. James's. What is her name?
Bill Abbott. You just said Bill Abbott.
Bill
That's
Abbott's
amazing. This is my favorite episode.
Madeline St. James.
Bill Abbott. I don't know if he'd sell land to her. Bill Avery shows up. Bill Avery shows up to Madam Rebecca St. James, and he's like, I've agreed to sell you some land. And she's like, great, what land? He's like, my land. And she's like, you've got a deal. They never talk about how much. They never talk about the terms of the deal. They don't talk about anything. They're just like, I want to sell you this. It does have a stream. Great, I'm in. Like, there's nothing else that we don't have time for that. We have time for mud mask recipes. We don't have time to discuss the terms of real estate. Get out of here.
Kathy Lasotto, giving Baby Jack more than 30 seconds of airtime would require Elizabeth spending more than 15 seconds with her son in a day.
That's true.
Kathy's not wrong.
A classic. Let's get to hopes and valleys. That's where we talk about what's giving us hope for the future or bumming us out. Jax?
I love, as someone who was a teenage girl not that long ago,
You're an older 26.
You're an older 26.
That's all you are.
I really am loving this female friendship between Allie and Angela. And I love that they're creative. When Angela sang, I thought it was so beautiful. Allie's poetry. I'm loving this. I want to see more to this. This is my hope.
You want to see more to this?
But more of this
teenage
female friendship. I want to see more of it. I want to see more of this. Did you watch Pen 15?
Yes, it's phenomenal.
You can't say that.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. I wanted to we're trying to use other shows to give One Call Sorry a blueprint of where
Brandon
it needs
hasn't
to go.
ever watched another TV show in his life, apparently.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I want more Pen 15 style female friendship bestie stuff going on. I love it with the girl gang too. So Mud Masks, bring them on over the law stuff. I'm happy with that. What's bumming me out, you guys, the Valley, is that while I am enjoying that the sexual tension is so thick that you can cut it with a knife between Elizabeth and Nathan, I am worried about where this will go and what the repercussions will be and what is going to happen. And I'm nervous. That nervousness could be excitement too. Who knows? I'll tease it out in therapy next week. But so far, that's what's bumming me out.
I got something to talk about today? Yeah. The fictional television show, When Calls the Heart?
Listen, I'm sure there are some Team Nathan fans out there that have done that already. I'm going to jump ahead of you because mine is similar.
All right, President.
I am, farther from America. Listen, since the first episode of season 10, I have been here to tell you that there's some chemistry between Elizabeth and Nathan.
Right.
I'm very, very, I guess it's not Fast or Furious.
That's tomorrow. That's tomorro's episode
Different
today.
podcast.
I would say that this is I don't know. I'm terrified as to what's going to happen. And it's the first time I've ever cared about what's going to happen since James Brolin got out of the stagecoach at the end of season 1. And then he never appeared again.
Yeah.
I was so excited to see
Dude,
what was
how
going to
wild
happen.
is that?
And he never appears again. But I'm terrified. I don't know what more they can do to make this awkward and weird. And I'm worried, but I'm also here for it for the first time. So I'm worried. I'm worried about it, but I think it's a valley because I think it's going to get weirder and weirder, and then Lucas and Elizabeth are still going to get married, and it's going to make people upset all over again, and that will make me laugh a little bit. So there's that.
So my hope is that we already know they've already announced season 11 very early before the season 10 even started. They said season 11. So my hope is that season 11 is actually a Baby Jack spinoff, and it's a sitcom. Baby Jack just get into hijinks. just going around town, just causing trouble. And then at the end, he learns his lesson. And he's like, yeah, that's my hope. I know it's not going to happen, but is it too much to ask for one whole season to just be its own thing? And it's just Baby Jack goofing off.
Oh, I love it. I love that plan.
Thank you.
Good plan.
And it's a new theme song. Hey, buddy. The Adventures of Jack. Baby Jack.
Baby Jack. In front of a live studio TV audience.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We did it, everybody. Congratulations. Do we have a What's Calling My Heart?
We do have a What's Calling My Heart. Email us, hello@deckthehallmark.com. Tell us what's calling your heart. This is from January 19th of 2023.
Wow.
So I feel like we've popped ahead a little bit.
That's nice.
Into this year. What is wrong with you?
I took a sip.
Nice. This is from Michelle Morris. Hey, Brand, Dan, and Jax. Just wanted to drop you a quick line to say what's calling my heart is 3 a.m. Not the Matchbox 20 banger, although to be fair, as a millennial woman, Rob Thomas will always be calling my heart to a certain extent, but I digress. Man, this is fantastic. But the actual hour of 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, a.k.a. your DTH upload time.
It's true. We wake up every morning.
We do. We get in the studio. Now Aaron does that. We get to sleep,
Yes, it's
which
very
is great.
nice.
But we paid our dues.
Yeah, we did.
This is about making others. If I paid my loan off, then you have to.
The minute they come out with a podcast platform that can schedule ahead,
Yeah, it'll be great.
it's going to make gangbusters.
I have no idea. This episode's wild. It's wild. I just threw in a student loan joke. Why? To alienate as many people as possible? I have no idea. I have no idea if the super early upload time causes anyone extra stress, but I wanted to make sure I express how much I appreciate the effort result regardless. I'm a manager and janitor for a dive bar in Westerville, Ohio.
Shout out.
Yes, I know how you feel about Ohio, but let's keep it cute over there, fellas. OH.
I-O!
We nailed it, guys. We're real Ohioans.
Jax is going to get there eventually. It's going to travel across the pond and...
Why, Ohio.
Oh, wow.
All right.
That's from Wonderful Town, and I do love Ohio.
Yeah, it's the bargain brand Michigan, right?
Oh, no. Come on.
Oh, hello@deckthehallmark.com is where you can send this email. And I head to work every day at 4 a.m. to get my stuff done before my kids get up. It's so nice to know that I'll always have new content from the Bramble Jam crew to work through while I clean up whatever craziness is left over from the night before. I know Rig can really relate to me here, although the whole we dust once every 35 years policy at Fitzy's does indicate that we might have different health department requirements or something. That's true. Fitzy's gets an F for freaking awesome. I've been an avid listener since 2019, and while I'm not a double-decker, I'm sorry, it's because I don't have the Facebook. I religiously listen and re-listen to all the Bramble Jam podcasts.
Wow.
I really appreciate the joy and fun that you all bring to my mornings. I recently made a comment on an old YouTube video about this, but I'll also say it here. Of course, I miss Panda. I mean, the guy's one of a kind, you know? But it's really impressive how smoothly you guys have been able to handle the transition to a new hosting lineup. I think you've curated a phenomenal group of people to be on the Bramble Jam team, and that the dynamic between Bran, Dan, and friends remains engaging and wildly entertaining. Thanks again for all you do. Merry Christmas, Michelle Morris. I have 2 PSs.
Oh, my.
PS, a special shout out to my girl, Jax.
Yeah.
I've been a fan of hers since DTH introduced me to her previous podcast that shall remain unnamed. Oops.
Fair.
And as a fellow Midwestern daughter of divorced parents, I can always appreciate her takes on a multitude of levels. She's not only hilarious, but she brings a perspective that could otherwise be missing in the Bramble Jam Boys Club. So glad she's one of the regular crew. Love you, Jax. P.P.S. I humbly suggest that you bring back the Big Three. It's my favorite of the side projects you've done, and it might be a fun way to get to know your new crew by having a different co-host join you each month. I don't know, just spitballing over here. Sorry this ended up so long. Thanks again. Michelle,
how has she heard Big Three, though, if that's just for double-decker?
I don't know that information.
Because you said she's not a double-decker.
Yeah.
Or is she a double-decker, but just not on the Facebook group?
She says she's not a double-decker. Okay. Maybe she just does Bramble Jam Plus at the $5 and gets the ad free, and she gets the bonus episodes. We did bring back the Big Three 1 month. Was that May, Aaron? Erin did it, and she did her big three. But we do a.
I've been trying ever since.
You have been. To be fair, you do. We do a thing, Jax, for bonus content where we give the three things we're loving right now. It could be food, TV, music, anything, and we all give three things that we love or we're digging right now. So we're gonna have to have you join us for one of those. That would be.
I would love to do the big three and Christmas morning too, or anything you'll have me on.
Yeah, still haven't been invited yet, Jax. Me either. That's crazy.
Scott texted me
Scott
though.
texted me too.
So
immediately, as soon as he heard the episode, I got a text. I like it.
Yes, me too.
Yeah, that's Scott for you. He is
That's
the best.
Scott.
I'm the holdout here.
I
I keep saying no.
Yeah, that's right.
No,
Classic
over my dead
brain.
body.
Yeah.
All right, we did it, everybody. Congratulations. We'll be back tomorrow with Fast Fridays.
You can catch this whole episode again on the best of when it comes out in June of 2024.
Or just watch it on Philo. Philo.tv/GTH. It's a lot of fun. Until then, maybe the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast is produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.